Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 2 Playoffs, Round 2 to Division Finals. I am Rilkin, and I'm joined here by Drossi. Say hi, Drossi.
Hi, Drossi.
Oh, well, I didn't mean it literally.
You knew that was coming. So we've got a situation that you probably wouldn't have expected. If you look at the triangles, the Triforces down below, you can see that Clown Parade is up 2-0, which means that Pug Trio has their back to the wall in this game. And I don't know about you, Relkin, but I was sure taken by surprise that Clown Parade got off to this big a lead already.
I mean, it's kind of surprising, but at the same time, I know that all three of the runners in Clown Parade are also really, really good. Not to be taken lightly. So it could have gone either way, and so far it's gone all Clown Parade's way to start. They're already, one game away from moving on. So can prdwong close it out, or can WeightyWords say, no, we're not done yet?
Yeah, I mean, the two teams split with each other the final week of the regular season when they played, so I was kind of expecting a split for the first two games here, but I suppose, it doesn't take too much to push things one way or the other. But yeah, I mean, prdwong and WeightyWords are both really top level runners, so I'm sure anything can happen with this one. And as you can see from the settings up at the top, this is just a regular open 7-7 defeat Ganon. I know we've had a lot of crazy key sanity, inverted, swordless races earlier today, so it's nice to have something a bit more regular with Flippers in Link's house.
Well, Flippers in Link's house means you immediately can't go for that Houlihan, which it's not a very common play, but it's a thing that, it's kind of off the table now.
At least until you find a glove.
Yeah.
And we had two quick map checks. I saw a regular Crystal at Eastern and a 5-6 at Hera. I did not catch Desert, did you?
I think Desert was also a regular Crystal.
Okay, always nice when all three Light World dungeons are crystals.
Yep. So usually, sometimes it's set up for a rather fast finish. We got ourselves a Bombos medallion off of the Uncle. Can't really use that yet. It's not really pertinent anyway until we get mitts.
And a sword.
Yeah. It's interesting, though, because some of these races in the playoffs have been swordless, so, like, medallions have been only useful for when you can use them on the tiles that have their symbol. But, this is as vanilla as you can get here. Swords will be plentiful, so you can use those medallions wherever you please.
And meanwhile, those bombs in Sanctuary were nice because that'll get us through Kakariko. Interestingly, neither runner is particularly on the lookout for Lumberjack or Bush Crab right now.
Well, just as you say that, WeightyWords is like, I want some bombs.
And that's a lot of bombs to get right off of a single Bush Crab, and we have a really blue start. Flippers, Flute, and Bomb.
Yeah, Flute early is always a nice feeling. Being able to activate it first trip through Kakariko, making overworld travel super nice and fast.
Yeah, really nice to just be able to route it in and not have to take a repeat trip to CAC just to activate it.
Nothing much to speak about in Blind Sut just yet. Got a few more bomb refills, which prdwong sure appreciates.
Yeah, more blue stuff and some health. But yeah, I would assume there'll be a weapon somewhere in CAC. But who knows? The other nice thing about that early flute is it makes it a lot less likely that Aegina will be orphaned, because you can just pop right over to desert. Did I mention we're getting a lot of blue things?
Yeah, not only did we get blue mail, we got ourselves a bottle. prdwong gonna do a bit of a Easter egg there. You can get some free money off of the bottle vendor with that bee, that gold bee.
Yeah, in the vanilla game, it is a total pain to fetch a good bee and bring it back to the bottle vendor. But here, hey, if you happen to have one, why not?
And yeah, also the bottle, in Kakariko makes checking sick kit very convenient as well. Also, another first trip thing getting checked off our list here.
More money. And more life. I mean, the bottle's nice, the flute's nice, all the items we found so far are nice, but none of them are really that great this early in the game. Like, flute will get us to Death Mountain, but at the moment that's just one more check in logic.
Yeah, but of course the flippers makes all the Zord checks in logic. Regardless of whether you have money or not, the game does expect you to be able to get the money necessary to get Zord's item.
Yeah, and without the glove, there aren't many good places to farm rupees.
No, there are not.
I think the back of Blind Sut is where I've seen people do it, and that's 30 rupees a trip. Oh, we've got a wet shovel.
I see that Weighty was waiting to use the bee in here.
Well, why not? Bombs are kind of limited, and if you can have the good bee just go bonkers on the mini Moldorms. I didn't know it would follow you through doors.
Yep, the gold bee will follow you through as far as the super tile you're currently in extends to. So once you enter a new super tile or leave a cave like he's doing, it's gone.
So yeah, Weighty is taking advantage of those flippers to do the flippers checks. The runners may have to go into escape soon. We're running out of checks. Like, we have the Eastern Palace area, we have Escape, we have the remaining flipper checks, Ice Rod Cave, where WeightyWords is going now, and Spectacle Rock is the only other thing in Logic that I can think of. Am I missing anything?
So Zora checks, Sahasra's Closet, Eastern Castle, the one check on the mountain that's not lamp locked. That's about it, I think.
Yeah. And of course, we don't have anywhere near Zora money, so the runners are going to have to decide, do they want to do the other 3 checks in Orphan Zora? Or do they want to maybe go to the Eastern Palace area and do Sahasra's Closet?
He seems to be interested in what the Zora area has to hold, so he will be leaving behind Zora for now.
And hey, 3 bottles before the 10-minute mark, because why not? Oh, there's something. An actual weapon.
Got 3 bottles when we have little to no money, or we had money, we just don't want to spend it yet. But yeah, there's a sword. That is our first actual weapon. And Weighty's going to be going to get that right now. No sense in passing that up while you're here.
Oh yeah, and for other things to check, neither of them has actually gone to that shovel spot yet. But I think Weighty's going there now, maybe?
Weighty's going to the castle.
Oh, okay. Well, doing escape is sure a lot easier with a sword.
And you know what? That does it for all the logical checks and escape that we have. That first chest is the only thing that's currently logical.
Right, because of the crazy key logic here, and without a fire source, Dark Cross isn't in logic either.
Correct. And well, we're now going to see what that shovel finally holds for us. You know, you talk about money farming. I think the shovel may also be another way to farm money.
Certainly I've seen people do that on top of Death Mountain.
All right, well, that only leaves us the stuff we can do, you know, with the money we have. Only the eastern area is available to us.
And whatever's inside Spectacle Rock. So I'm gonna guess WeightyWords is gonna break logic and do Dark Cross. Especially since he's setting up a Death Warp here.
Well, prdwong just found a second sword behind Sahashala.
That makes me worried there might be a lamp on in Eastern and Agazar progression.
At this point, it's looking pretty likely.
Unless we got something like the hook shot, which would suddenly give us East Death Mountain.
Hey!
But
You called it.
Well, I was hoping we wouldn't be sent directly to Aga, and that seemed like the thing that would open up the most locations right off the bat. That's an extra 8 checks right there. But yeah, there are either 0, 1, or 2 items left in logic here, depending on, dark rooms, and whether Armos Knights has an item.
So I guess PRD has been tracking his items in Eastern, which I guess if he's counted correctly, there's one more item to be found, and he might find it here in this next chest. If not, he'll find Map of the Compass.
By the way, did WeightyWords save Scum after Dark Cross?
He did.
That's what I thought. So he's keeping open the possibility of stealing a key from the front and using it to get to the back.
WeightyWords is actually done. He's not interested in what else Eastern has to sell to him, so he's gonna take that hook shot to the mouth. We're not. Oh, he's gonna check the shovel before then.
Right, though we know that won't get him anything. prdwong breaking logic to get the old man, but it's one of the easiest dark rooms and sets up the save point, so that's not. Ooh, so that is an out of logic glove that is logically lamp locked. I'm gonna bet that the lamp is on the east side of Death Mountain.
That's probably a good guess.
Well, if we had a mirror, that 300 rupees would be nice for Zora money. But yeah, the runners are gonna be hoping for a moon pearl and either a hammer or the other glove over here. So what do you think? You think we'll get enough items to continue, or are we going to be forced to Aga after this?
You know, we might just be forced to Zora with that.
Well, that is... Oh, there's the moon pearl. There's the other... Okay!
Okay, all right, you win. Fine. Well, while we're here, though, we do have mitts and, you know, hookshot. Lets us do some more stuff here.
Yeah, that opens up Dark Death Mountain, which makes me really curious where the lamp is.
Yeah, the lamp will not be here on Dark Death Mountain. That is a good point. That is a good point. In fact, you know, currently that glove only would open up the back of Escape and Zora, so logically we're still low on checks, but you know, who cares, right? Is that a fire or an ice rod? I could not.
Looked like ice to me.
Well, the knowledge of that certainly is nice. You know, not being able to get it just yet without a mirror.
Right, and we haven't done a Dark World map check yet. We haven't been to the Dark World. But we know that Swamp is a pendant, so if TR is also a pendant, that could mean we're not going to find the mirror anytime soon. But yeah, we do have 6 checks here on Dark Death Mountain. Okay, TR is our other 5-6, so we definitely need that ice rod. And they're pendants at Pod and Mire.
Yep, so our 3 pendants are green pendant Swamp, pendant Pod, pendant Mire, and the red crystals are at Desert and Turtle Rock. So yes, we will need that mirror today.
Hey, our 4th bottle. They're gonna be able to carry as many potions as they want.
It's kind of silly because, you know, prdwong and, well, no, they're both actually at 9 hearts blue mail, so it's like potions aren't super useful.
And that is Quake for Turtle Rock, so that Bombos isn't going to help us yet. Oh, there's the Quake. Key under the doormat as always, right?
Yeah, but other than that, Dark Death Mountain not having any immediate helpful progression.
Well, prdwong is going for Back of Escape. I wonder where WeightyWords is heading. Is he gonna just go straight to the Dark World now?
Mire.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, if he has the medallion, he could go in and theoretically do everything in Mire except for, except for Vitreous itself. Oh, that was too fast for me to catch it.
You know, I think with there being nothing in the Back of Escape just then, does that put a fire source at Zora then? That may put the lamp at Zora, actually.
Must be, because yeah, otherwise we don't have logical Dark World access.
That could be something to keep in mind, like, because the fire rod's required, and who knows if you need to, like, beat Landmo, or do Hera Basement, or Left Side Mire to get it. So the lamp actually could be required in some cases.
Okay, chat's saying ether for Meyer, which doesn't surprise me because the simple fact that WeightyWords left the area without opening Meyer made me think it was probably ether. But yeah, we're of course going to need the fire rod eventually for Skull Woods and Turtle Rock, but if the fire rod is fire locked, we're going to have to go to Zora to get that lamp.
You know, granted, you know, something, it may not be lamp necessarily, but it's probably something that leads to lamp. Whether it be lamp itself, or, you know, boots, hammer, something of that nature.
One way or another, Zora has something reasonably important, so I would hope that both runners have, you know, worked through the logic and realized that. I guess probably not, because prdwong never did the front of escape and WeightyWords never did the back. So we know, but because of the checks they did between the two of them, that Zora has to have some sort of progression. Ooh, there's the Cane of Samaria in Thieves Town.
Yeah,
so Meyer's actually... Go ahead.
Well, that item has become super notorious as of late. You know, you'd like to see it earlier than most other items now. Now that we have more glitches available to us.
Yeah. Yeah, it should make Ice Palace a whole lot faster once we get there. And it also means if we find that ether, we can not only enter, but also beat Meyer.
It may involve a Zora trip, depending on where that big key is.
Yeah, I'm very curious whether Zora in fact has the lamp or some sort of progression that ultimately leads to the lamp, like Hammer or Mirror, as you said.
Even better if it's like hard required to go get that item.
Speaking of Hammer, we have not seen the small key for Thieves yet, and if Blind Cell doesn't have it, then it's in the big chest, which makes Blind logically hammer locked.
Yeah, and looking at WeightyWords' side to reassure, we've only seen 2 items in the front of Thieves Town. I think the attic just had another item just then for prdwong, considering he doesn't have the map in his possession. So we're we're half and half for the small key in this chest or the big chest. And then of course the item. Well, there it is. That just, you know, solves both problems.
Okay, so Blind has the map.
We're not coming back here though, so that's nice.
Yeah, always nice when, even if you can't get all the item all the chests in a dungeon, you get the items and leave with a clean conscience. Very nice scripted fight on prdwong's side.
Yeah, he has the first crystal at 28 minutes. Just about turned to 29.
So looks like he's gonna do his South Dark Side checks, Shovel Game, Stumpy, and Hype Cave. You know, given everything, I'm starting to wonder, like, it's entirely possible that Zora has something that'll be hard required, and this race may come down to whichever one of these runners decides to check Zora first.
And honestly, with all the money we've been getting, it's kind of pointing us towards Zora almost.
Yeah, you'd think. And they have the flute, so once they're back in the light world, it's a pretty easy flute to 8 in Whirlpool. Hey, there are the boots and a riot shield. And a swag net. I'd give that a solid 5.
Boots are really nice, for sure. He's not gonna continue on to maybe Pyramid or Catfish. He's just gonna go turn the Smith in right away. He could just flute over. I don't know why he's starting in Sanctuary. Oh, okay. Never mind. I see why.
Yeah, King's Tomb. Well, without the hammer, how is he gonna get over to, Oh yeah, he has the flippers. Whoa, King's Tomb was useful. But yeah, I forgot with the flippers you can get across that way.
And we might also get ourselves a look at Lumberjack, considering that it is a quick dash over from Bonk Rock.
Okay, so between Book and Boots, we can do everything in Desert except the boss.
To which I say, go get your lamp off Zora. Oh, you know what? I ran into this problem myself in a race. You can't check Lumberjack with the Smith here. Was that?
Yeah, you can take him into a dungeon and he'll disappear. You can fall down a hole and he'll follow you, but you can't walk into another entrance.
Yeah, that was me learning the hard way myself, that you couldn't take him in there.
But prdwong's got no time for second-checking Lumberjack there. He's just gonna do Meyer's Shed, find out he can't get into Meyer, and that'll be that. Oh, and WeightyWords is gonna go for a swim and check maybe Pyramid and Catfish. I hope he doesn't do Pod, because if he does, we'll see the magic where Jeremiah turns into Kiki.
I don't think he'll do that. All right, well, meanwhile, prdwong gonna head on into desert, like you said. Does not have that fire source, so currently cannot beat it.
Bow?
That is a bow, yes, indeed.
Well, that's interesting. We can now beat Eastern and do everything in Pod except for the boss.
All right, so getting that small key off the torch, and in the middle was a dungeon item. That means desert was boots locked, so boots are required today.
And there's our first dungeon item. Whoa!
All right, this is getting silly.
Who stuck all the bows over there?
Sahasrabot did, of course.
Well, I sure hope prdwong goes over there too for his own sake.
Yeah, so you gotta go to Pyramid or Catfish today. They're one of them. At least one of them is required. All right, so that's both items in desert. So prdwong not getting anything out of there.
So where's he off to now? Oh, right, he hasn't done the front of escape. Which is now fully in logic.
Yep, with that small key there in the back, using a glove, you now have access to the front three chests, logically. Might even get a look at Dark Cross. I don't... Did Weighty check that? I feel like he did.
Yeah, he checked it. I didn't see what it was. It was one of those items that doesn't show up when you open the chest, but I heard the sound of the chest opening and then Weighty save scummed.
That's true. We may not actually know what it is until prdwong does it himself.
And he doesn't have the lamp either, so... I don't know, maybe if we watch his, like, rupee count or something?
Uh-oh, here it comes for Weighty, too.
Well, at least they canceled each other out with that. Yeah, probably some rule about, you know, smiths can't class change to lumberjacks.
I'm sorry. What was that question you just asked me?
What? Me?
Sorry. Yeah, I thought you asked me a question there. My
No,
bad.
I was just saying that there must be some sort of, restricted class change. Smiths class change. Smiths can't class change to lumberjacks.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was lame. Okay, so prdwong is gonna go to Skull Woods where we didn't find anything. Hopefully after this he'll go across the top, maybe even give us a look at Bumper Ledge, even though we can't get the item, and then go over to the east side and get 1 or 2 bows. I feel like WeightyWords is a bit ahead, which makes me wonder how did he gain that time? Because he's done everything that prdwong's done, plus he's gotten the 2 bows, and now he's halfway through Eastern.
Well, prdwong went to desert for nothing, so...
Oh, right. Good point. And Weighty may do that too eventually if he hits desert before he's in go mode.
Yeah, chat also adding that Weighty did not continue to the rest of EP after getting the hook shot. So he's doing this as well.
I didn't actually see Bumper Ledge there, but I'm assuming it was nothing important.
I don't think it was anything, yeah.
And so, yeah, PRD is going over to East Dark World now. He will get at least 1 bow. Hopefully he'll get 2 bows.
I'd be interested to see what's here at Armos Knights, considering if the lamp is at Zora, that means this is in Logic. Oh, man.
Well, then.
I just had to say something, didn't I?
Yeah, too bad we don't have the mirror. PRD could tell us what's at Zora.
So it looks like PRD's gonna make his way over to Pod after going to the pyramid, which could be kind of bad, depending on if something is locked at Helmosaur.
By the way, I love how our tracker is so on top of things that the bow showed up before Catfish even spat it out. So kudos to our tracker, star14681, for being on top of all this for us. And yeah, now that our runners have checked both the front and back of escape, each of them, they must know if they've been following logic that Zora must have either the lamp or something leading to the lamp, and if they need a fire source at some point, that could be important.
I think at this point, Zora could only have either like lamp, mirror, mushroom. I think that's it.
Yeah, not really too many other progression items.
And it can't have powder because, you need the hammer or, both gloves to get to it.
Right, and can't have Fire Rod because there wasn't anything in Darkcross, and that's the only additional location Fire Rod would have given us.
Oh yeah, also Icebreaker, by the way. I don't know if you mentioned that, but yeah, new tech, fast dungeon.
And it's something I've kind of come around on. Like, when the council first legalized it, I was worried that it would break the game too much, but now that I've seen it in action in enough games, and also seen enough games where people have gone into ice without the cane and had to do the bomb jump, it seems more reasonable. It seems like a cool tech.
Good strats there by prdwong to damage himself along the way to those two chests on the right side so he can get back to the front easier with the death.
Yeah, it helps that those traps do 1 heart damage regardless of your armor. So while you're in that hellway, you can rack up damage rather quickly.
We're actually only a mirror and a fire rod away from being able to finish the seed.
Wow.
That snuck up on us real quick, didn't it?
Yeah. But it is still possible, depending where Ether is, that fire rod could be on the fire-locked side of Meyer.
Yeah, at that point, I think that means you gotta go to Zora.
Or for that matter, could be in Hera Basement. Yeah, I'm just thinking of what scenarios would absolutely force the lamp.
Yeah, that would be Lanmo, Hera Basement, left side of Meyer. I was like, those are the only places that force them.
And we know that Lanmo doesn't have an item because prdwong found both of the desert items.
But he does have to be a bit careful here. One hit from the puff will kill him, although he already had got them down to low health anyway. So good fight there.
So that's his 3rd crystal. Well, there's the cape, so Spike Cave is now in logic. Oh yeah, so now Weighty's gonna give PRD some time to catch up because I think he's gonna do the front of desert after he checks Agena. I don't think that death was intentional. I think he was trying to set up a death warp, but I don't think he got all the items back there.
Yeah, you might be right, actually. I think, yeah, but he did get a red boomerang for his troubles, but that's nothing.
Well, he's fluting to 5, and since he doesn't have the hammer, this can only mean Eastern, so he'll get that hammer soon.
Are you ready, Drossi? We're gonna finally close this loop we've been waiting on.
We've been out of logic for half an hour, and yeah.
Honestly, I don't mind this play at all from Weighty, just because you're missing a fire source, and you know that a fire source is behind whatever Zora has. So a fire source would make a lot of the rest of your checks a lot, nicer and more efficient. Just because he's thinking, yeah, I don't want to do desert without a fire source. I wouldn't be able to beat it.
Yeah, now he can do desert in one shot, which is nice. And no matter how good you are, it is the lamp itself. No matter how good you are at dark rooms, Meyer Basement is faster with the lamp than without.
So there you go. That puts everything back into logic for us. I want to say that Hera may be the next play here. Because that is accessible now to us. And what if Hera Basement has something for us? That would be interesting. Oh, you know what? We're going to finally see this too, since we didn't see it from either side.
Oh, I just realized something. Meyer's a pendant for all that. We may never see that either.
Yeah, I'm sure both runners would be hoping to not see it. That's just Tanner.
We are truly a fire rod from Go mode at this point.
Well, and Mirror to get that ice rod.
Oh, right. Ice rod. Forgot about that.
Okay, so Weighty will be able to complete desert here in this first trip. He will not get anything out of it. Will be his 4th crystal though. prdwong about to get his hammer off of Armos Knights. He might feel a little silly seeing this after already having done pod.
Well, and you wonder if he's gonna collect that lamp, since we still don't even know where the fire rod is. Well, he's either going to Ice or he's going to Zora. It's Ice.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain there was not anything to be found in Ice Palace, so this will be just a retracing of Weighty steps for prdwong. So at this point, all we have left is whatever purd left in pod. We got Hera. I want to say that's it, just pod and Hera.
And Ether Tablet.
Right, yes, that's next to Hera. Oh, I also put that Spike Cave is another thing with that cape and all of the bottles that we got early on.
Yeah.
At this point, you're probably thinking, crystal over pendant. The only problem with crystal over pendant this case
Wait a minute.
Yes.
We can get into TR. We don't know how far we can get because we don't have the fire rod, but we can get into TR.
I'd rather not think about that. Can we just mark that off for now?
Well, you were saying pendant or crystal, and it is a crystal dungeon, even if we can't complete it.
I gotta tell you, Drossi, every time I try and think that TR will have what it needs for me when I don't have a fire rod when I go in, it never pays off. So I'm I'm forever, TR never without the fire rod.
I've never actually seen someone make it all the way to Laser Bridge without the fire rod and TR. I just know that with the right key layout, it's possible.
Oh, it's possible. Believe me. It's just I've like never really experienced that. I don't think in any rando C that I've done. Either way, Pod, Hera, Ether Tablet, Spike Cave, and I guess we can put TR on the table too. Either way, Crystal over Pendant, you'd probably be thinking Hera. The only problem is it takes forever to get to without that mirror.
Yeah, that is a long way around. And that is WeightyWords' fourth crystal, as you were saying. But the plus side of Hera is that you're going to get 4 checks out of it because you're going to do Spike Cave and Ether Tablet while you're up there.
Yeah, speaking of Spike Cave, Weighty might just be preparing himself to go do that while he's up.
Right. He hasn't gotten the cape, so he's just going to go solely off of health and enough potions. Which isn't in logic, but with this many hearts, it's no problem. Well, prdwong has to watch his health a little bit. He can take one more hit, but that's it. There we go.
Okay, check number 1, Ether Tablet. Hey, we'll take that.
Yeah, definitely useful. I mean, Ganon's gonna be easy peasy now.
And it looks like prdwong is gonna make the same call that Weighty is making, heading up to Hera, Ether Tablet, and Spike Cave.
I have not yet learned the exact pixels for setting up the Harapot glitch.
Interestingly enough, you don't have to use bombs if you have boots. You can just do a hook speed dash, basically.
Yeah, the spin speed one's actually cooler, I think, but a lot of people just learn the bombs one. It's probably easier to execute.
Right, Purity getting his tempered sword. We got an item there in the chest below the big chest there in Hera. Holding out in the hope that maybe Boldorm will drop the second.
Wait, what? Did we have the big key?
We do not. The big key was not in the first 2 checks, so it is vanilla.
Okay, so it's fire locked, which means prdwong can't get it without that lamp.
That's true. He will not be able to get. Yeah, and now that we see that the compass or whatever is on Moldorm, yeah, he won't be able to get that. You're right.
So if the big chest has the fire rod, then Zora is hard required.
Oh my goodness. What kind of world do we live in?
I'm just trying to think of situations where Zora's hard required.
Well, you thought of one. You're happy. What if it has ether and then left side Meyer has it, you know?
I really hope we don't have to go into Meyer.
I'm gonna blame this all on you, Drosy, if it comes down to it.
Or if we have to go into TR without the fire rod.
Oof. Yeah, that dash is tight. It's a 4-pixel wide gap to dash between the bumper and the edge without falling. Can be quite risky. He still got hit by it even after dashing through it. It may have been intentional, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it gave him some extra speed.
And because Weighty did not set up a death warp, he's gonna be coming out here the long way. Has full health.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, especially since he was, just in tile room. He could have easily set up the death warp with all those tiles flying at him. And even so, he was thinking about doing the Harapok glitch a second time. Oh, he's still is doing the Harapok glitch a second time.
Yeah, he had to go hit the switch so his positioning could be set correctly with the switch blocks up.
Well, he got it pretty quickly. Oh, and prdwong, meanwhile, is in Spike Cave.
Alright, this is another one of those checks. Well, they both did it, so I guess it's, whatever, right?
Yeah, I mean, he has the hook shot in the boot, so it's no problem to get across this way.
Okay, he's safe.
Okay. Other than, the emotional factor of it's hanging over his head, did I abandon something important and have a big chest?
All right, so that just leaves us with, Pod or TR. Said he's going to TR. He's not going to leave it while he's up on the mountain. Just another reminder where that ice rod is on the floating island.
But yeah, without the fire rod basing, as long as you...
Oh, you know what? There's one more that I forgot to mention. I saw someone mention earlier, but hammer pegs is also another thing we can...
And no one's turned in the purple chest either.
Yeah, that's a terrible check without mirror. But I bet you, prdwong does it if he finds nothing in hammer pegs. He's got nothing, hardly anything left. All right, well.
Yeah, that big key means we are locked out of the rest of Turtle Rock without the fire rod.
All right, and looks like Weighty was going to head back to do Spike Cave while he's here, judging by the fact he's not saving.
Disappointed, like my fantasy of progression in fire rodless Turtle Rock was let down.
All right, so it's down to purple chest or dark maze of pod that prdwong didn't get to, or Helmasaur. Come on. Oh, it's pod.
Oh boy. Yeah, which means that prdwong taking that death in the dark maze is really unfortunate, because he probably could have had a lead if he had gotten whatever's in there.
Yeah, and he's probably just like, yeah, I'll just go get my lamp. Make it easier. Don't die a second time in a dark maze.
And Weighty's going to 5, so he's going to get into pod ahead of prdwong, but He hasn't yet been in pod at all, so he's gonna have to clear the front, right? I'm hoping prdwong also flutes to 5. Now, where's he? Oh, Dark Cross. He never did go back there. Unfortunately, for him, this is going to give WeightyWords a lead.
I guess we'll get to actually see what WeightyWords got here that he didn't care about.
At least it's a relatively quick check, though he then still has to save and quit, and then hopefully he'll flute to 5. WeightyWords will still be up by a back of desert. Yeah, I can understand the save scum.
Yep, totally not worse.
And he can... So he should find the item faster than WeightyWords, but as we've said, he still needs to go back and finish Desert at some point. So I get... Really, assuming WeightyWords wins by a small margin, decided by routing and the fact that, as I said long ago, it might come down to whoever goes to Zora first.
You know, Lamp sometimes is just that peace of mind item that just lets your hands, you know, go on autopilot, you know, not having to think about where you're running in the dark. Mirror, there it is.
Nice hammer yump. Yes, he could have had that a long time ago if he hadn't died in the dark maze. But now, where is that friggin' fire rod? We have all these mirror checks. We have, like, Cave 45 and Graveyard Ledge. We have access to Swamp.
Checkerboard Cave.
I mean, clearly Swamp is the most item-dense location. It is also the most annoying location. Oh, and Bombos. I didn't even think about that, but that's where PRD is going. No, you need the mirror before the book.
I can't tell you how many times I've done that before.
Okay, not Bombos. Probably Cave 45 next, and then Swamp.
It's worth noting, I guess, you know, we're leaving an item on Helmosaur, so that could always be on Helmosaur.
Oh, I wasn't counting.
I just saw Whitey's menu. He had map, compass, and big key.
Okay, yeah. Well, if we got all the dungeon items, then yeah, by process of elimination. Okay, so basically swamp, graveyard ledge, checkerboard cave, or that item on Helma.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
This is painful, and it's going to be even more painful if it's not swamp. Oh, and swamp has the green pendant, so that's actually 7 items we can get from here.
Right, you are, and that is maybe even sweetening the deal a bit. I would think trying to come in here before much.
Yeah, so just to reiterate, since chat's discussing it, if you go into Turtle Rock without the fire rod, you need a small key in the compass chest to be able to progress. Since we saw a big key in the compass chest, we're locked out of the rest of TR without the fire rod. Oh god, now chat's saying if we find Ether, Fire Rod could be on PED. We've never actually had a PED check. Let's hope Ether doesn't show up in here.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you there. I'd rather just see fire on and be done with it.
Assuming Fire Rod is somewhere in Swamp, I would give WeightyWords a very slight lead because I think the amount he's behind in Swamp is a little less than the amount of time it would take PRD to finish Desert. And we're going to the back first despite Diver Down being available.
Yeah, this just gets you to more checks faster than it does going to left side first. I tend to agree with this when you're one item from going.
Speaking of Diver Down, PRD gets it on his second try. Now we have to go back for the big key. Oh. Or rather, back for the big chest.
Oh, so right there, prdwong was trying to set up the key dash into the door, where you can not get sucked back down the staircase. I think he had it right, but he just pressed the wrong direction.
Oh, I always see them get sucked back into the staircase. I thought that was part of the setup.
No, you can avoid being sucked back down the stairs.
Oh, and Weighty is doing left side, so this will be interesting. We have divergence.
We've already found 4 items in Swamp. So there's only 2 left, including that green pendant turn in. Okay, there's only, could it be at most 1 item on left side.
Well, there's one more item.
Well, I was saying that to the point of seeing the 300 in that chest there.
Oh, okay. Right, that's why you said one more item on left side. Yeah, this could be the God Swamp where it's only dungeon items on the left side.
Alright, Purity about to kill Argus here. There's 1 dungeon item.
Oh, so here we go in the big key chest. Oh, there it is. WeightyWords is in go mode.
Wow. The call to go to left side before the back. That's interesting. In Pendant Swamp, especially.
Yeah, this is WeightyWords' game to lose because...
Oh,
Oh, and...
especially now with... Oh, he's leaving. Oh, no.
Yeah, but even if he went back in, he would have a longer time going to the left side because he can't do diver down anymore.
Right, of course. Well, I can see why you'd skip left side in this case. You know, you're one item from go mode. You know there's only one item over there. So I completely
Yeah.
get why he's skipping it.
But I think that's GG's barring some really crazy turn of events.
Yep. Weighty only having to finish up Skullwoods and Turtle Rock. He's already got the big key in Turtle Rock too, so he can just go straight to the right side to get his small key, or 2.
Ah, there was the other boomerang in Checkerboard Cave, in case you wanted a bloomerang.
Yay.
Yeah, so I mean, it would have been a really close race if PRD had gone left side swamp first.
It could have, yes, you're right. I mean, it's just a hard call to make to go left side with your one item from go.
So that's crystal number 6 for Weighty. PRD about to get crystal number 5, but it'll be a while before he gets 6. So worth noting, we didn't quite have Oops All dungeons, but 2 out of 3 pendant dungeons were required today.
Yep. The mirror and pendant pod big chest, and then left side pendant, the green pendant swamp having the fire rod, indeed. Bit of a nasty one, I might say. I'm
No
sure.
argument here.
Yeah, I'm sure prdwong feels, terrible having, died right before his mirror and pod.
Though even if he had gotten the mirror his first time through, I think the decision to skip left side swamp would have cost him more time than what he would have saved by getting mirror on the first trip. Oof, he's gonna get his ice rod and do Turtle Rock now and immediately be locked out.
He might even go back to the Hera big chest too.
Oh no. I mean, once you commit not to doing left side swamp, you are committed to not doing left side swamp.
Yeah, 100%. You leave, you're never coming back until your last location. Either way, Weighty officially now in go mode with that ice rod acquisition there on Floating Island.
Not that go mode Turtle Rock is much faster than full clear Turtle Rock, unless the key layout is such that you can skip Laser Bridge.
But you already have a non-vanilla big key, the big key being the first chest, so there is a possibility.
Yeah, worst case is lava chest contains a small key, and then you're probably forced to laser bridge, though still not 100%.
So only one key on the right side, so that means there is a key in the chain chomp chest. And at that point, Weighty will most likely steal the key from the Toki right before the big key chest. Not before having some trouble here with the switch block.
Yeah, and then it's a question of where the remaining two small keys are. Because if neither's in lava chest, then there's... Well, there has to be one either in the big key chest or crystal roller room, and if he can get that, then he skips laser bridge. So next question, does he skip big chest? He is skipping big chest.
Want to say it's like a 3% chance that this does not work out in your favor. I think not trying to jinx myself here, but I think I've had it work out every time. But I've seen one race decided by, it not work.
I really need to calculate the odds on this one of these days. So yeah, it would require that the two keys we haven't seen were in lava chest and big key chest, right?
Yep, that's the only way that this does not work out.
Meanwhile, PRD is doing Hera Basement so that he can do Hera Big Chest, which had like a big 20 or something.
There we go. We're fine. See?
Yay.
prdwong probably soul searching at this point. He's like, well, all I've got is like Pendant Helmosaur, Graveyard Ledge, left side, which I've already skipped. Where do I go?
Oh, and WeightyWords is about to collect his 7th crystal, which means we have a little game we like to play. Relkin, would you like to tell chat about this little game we like to play?
Oh, I guess I can. Alright, so there are 22 chests or checks in the Ganon's Tower basement. One of those 22 could have the big key. Well, one of them has the big key. We don't know where, but you could always guess. So put a number between 1 and 22 in chat and see if you can guess correctly.
After we start. What's your guess here?
I'll probably just say like 18, like Ice almost first chest maybe, or the Bob's chest.
Assuming that we go full right first.
Yeah, there you go.
And get your final guesses in, because as soon as Weighty enters GT, we're ending the game. $27 points on the line. Ooh, WeityWords is probably doing Dark Magician.
It would seem that way by starting left and then going to these next 4 chests here and then heading back to the right.
I mean, the saying is no one goes full left, right? He gets a butter sword for his trouble. Hey, there's our mushroom.
And a blue cane even.
You know, there can only be, what, 6 useful items in GT, I think? Something like that? Because of the junk padding and the dungeon items. And we've just seen 3 potentially useful items.
Yeah. We got what? Powder, ether, and the other boomerang left.
No, the other boomerang was in checkerboard.
Okay. Heart container? I don't know. Well, maybe it's at most 6, and therefore, 5 is probably the number here. Yeah. Oh, the other mail upgraded. Well, you see, my guess of 18 is probably going to hold just fine for, Bob's chest, being as it is Weighty doing Dark Magician and then going back to the left.
Yep, and if you've guessed 11 or less, you were already out of luck. And here's Helmosaur, so we'll find out what item he was hoarding.
If it's ether, I'm going to feel so bad.
Oh no. I don't want to think about that.
Okay. All right.
French vanilla arrow of destiny.
A bit rude, I might say, but I mean, whatever.
So he's basically got to go back to Swamp now, right? Actually, he never did Graveyard Ledge.
No, I think he did that before he went back to Pod.
Oh, did he? Okay. Well, here's Rando Room.
Yep, and here he goes. He's going back to Swamp. He knows he's left it there.
And there it was at 16. You were close, but no cigar.
Ah, so close.
So congratulations to Pexray. And wow, no one else guessed 16. But I still have my very special spot on the leaderboard.
Nice.
Like, I kind of don't want to earn any more points.
Just don't put any numbers in chat whenever the guessing game comes up and you're fine.
Or I could do the Kern route of guessing 24, but he once actually won with a guess of 24.
Oh. Weighty going for that cannonball dash there. I hate that dash so much. I can never get it.
Yeah, you have to wait just the right amount of time before doing it. Well, good news is prdwong should hit go mode before WeityWords beats Aga 2.
Maybe even before he reaches Moldorm 2.
Oh, land moves with silvers are so nice.
He didn't quite get the 1 cycle there. Did get a 2 cycle, not missing the second time around.
Ah, nice fairy drop.
Ooh, misses the setup there for the second cane block room.
And there, sadly, is prdwong's go mode. And he, no rage slashes, some rage bombos.
That's a pretty big feels bad moment right there. Absolutely last locationing his fire. I mean, what are you going to do to 1 item left and, Pendant Swamp Palace left side at that? What are you going to do against that?
Yeah, he gambled and lost. That's really what it comes down to.
Taking a Moldorm 2 fall there, WeityWords. Being in this position before, like being ahead, not knowing it, of course, because you can't watch your opponent's stream in these kinds of races. You feel nervous when stuff like that happens. A tilt starts to set in. You're just hoping to God that you don't see a dot done before you finish.
Right, that's the thing, that no matter how bad it gets, like, you haven't seen your opponent's dot done. You've just got to keep playing and hope against hope that they somehow, had even worse luck than you did.
Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of one of those things, it's not over till you'll see a dot done in an IRC. So just keep on keeping on.
Nice Aga 2 fight so far. Is that 2 doubles?
Oh no, you jinxed him.
Yeah, as soon as I said nice. There we go, though. Oh, it was actually a triple the first time.
Yeah, that was a triple. So, gold sword, red mail, silvers. I think he's gonna be fine. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this is like the 1-minute Ganon fight.
Yeah, perhaps.
Actually, let's see how long it is. He dropped in at 132.50. We'll count until Ganon starts exploding. I've never actually timed it. I'm kind of curious whether you can do a literal 1-minute Ganon.
I want to say you can't, just because of how long this teleport phase takes. Because it takes, about 5 seconds per teleport. Teleport plus, jumping on the floor.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends how quickly he can get 4 silver arrows into him. Oh, and PRD seems a bit frozen on Mothula. Okay, so it's a little bit more than a minute here. Minute 6. Get your GGs in chat.
Yes, get your GGs in chat for WeightyWords, everyone. With that. Oh, and PRD did finish Goldwoods. Okay, we're good. WeightyWords will finish this race with an official SRL time of 1:34.13, finishing first place, giving Pug Trio some life, forcing a game 4 on Clown Parade.
Which should be interesting because, given that Clown Parade is the lower seed, they will get to choose the mode for Game 4 with Pug Trio getting 1 veto.
Yes, correct.
Oh no, did you just see what...
Oh man, overall glitches, dude.
Once you've already lost, why not?
Overworld glitches. Oh, he's even gonna Samaria glitch. He's even gonna door glitch.
I mean, I don't know exactly what time his dot forfeit came through, but it's pretty clearly a forfeit at this point.
Yes, yeah, prdwong did forfeit, so.
But hey, going out in style. So let's see if we can get either of them in here for an interview.
And we are joined by WeightyWords. GG, sir.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on that seed?
It was interesting. I liked being out of logic for like most of it, and then I got scared of that out of logic thing because I needed a fire source to finish Desert and Hera, so I went to go look for it in the middle of it because I didn't want to double dip Desert or Hera. But yeah, other than that, of course, Pennant Pod, Pennant Swamp had items good. Nothing new here.
Yeah, I mean, it turned out the fire source wasn't required, but
yeah, that was unfortunate. Yeah. I was just like, I just didn't want to like go to Desert and Hera and not full cleared at all. But that was just me being precautionary. I could have just kept going. Would have gone into Pod and found the mirror and went to Swamp still if I decided not to go for that lamp. But at that, I figured play it a little bit safer. I did not expect Hammer to show up on Armas at all. Which is unfortunate, because if I went to Pod first before Eastern, it would have been perfect. Get the mirror, and then finish out Eastern, get the Hammer.
Well, except prdwong, who's now joining us, can tell you about what happened when he went to Pod before Eastern.
Yeah, I told myself, okay, I'll take one more hit and then I'll take out my bottle. And then just as I hit my menu, I got hit a second time, and that was it.
Oh no. In Pod?
In the dark maze, yeah.
Oh, that really sucked.
So I knew I was in pretty bad trouble once I got back to the mirror, and then I don't know, I hope that something happened to you.
Honestly, if you had done left side Swamp immediately when you got into Swamp, it would have been a really close race, even with that Pod death.
Yeah, I just felt like at that time that I needed to start skipping some stuff. I figured if WeightyWords had found the mirror early, then Swamp is an obvious play, and you probably cleared out most of it. I needed to skip some of it. And when I found there was only one item there, I was like, okay, I have to leave this.
Yeah. So, Weighty, what was your thought in terms of going left side swamp right off the bat when you got in there?
It kind of depends on my mood, honestly. I don't want a set point of doing it, but like I was kind of running out of spots to check. So all I had left after swamp would be like overworld mirror locations or like purple chest. So I just decided that, you know, I'm gonna be in swamp. I'm just gonna do one trek through it and clear out left side swamp while I'm already in here. So it ended up working out, which is I felt good when I found Fire Rod in left side swamp. It always feels good to find a required item there when you do it, of course.
Well, prdwong, I'm just looking at your screen. Did you EG into Aga2?
No, no EG. I don't like using EG. It's against the rules in all races.
Yeah, that I believe was a wrong warp using Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Using
I didn't see exactly what you did. I just noticed all of a sudden you're showing in Aga2 and now in Gamut.
what potion do you use to get there?
I had a red one from the waterfall ferry, so I just used that.
I see.
Yeah, how did you guys like all those bottles up front? I'm not sure what the game was trying to tell you with that.
It was funny because we were talking about how there were 3 bottles in our hash, and we just found all 4 bottles right away. That was hilarious.
That's pretty good.
The only problem is they were all empty.
Yeah. 1 green potion, I think, but other than that, it was...
Hey, you guys both made good use of that good bee. prdwong, you sold it for 100 rupees, and WeityWords, you had it get you through Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, I like the bee early, definitely.
So they weren't all empty. But yeah, I guess the big question is, do you guys know who your teams are putting up for Game 4?
We have not decided yet because we were still like, worried about that. So we're gonna definitely talk about that probably tonight. And yeah, so haven't decided yet.
Yeah, you got plenty of time since you're already 3 games in and it's only Wednesday, and you have 4 more days to play potentially 2 more games.
Yeah, it should be. We're gonna hope to take it to a game because we expected a pretty. So.
Yeah, prdwong, have you guys thought at all about it?
No. We were just concentrating on this one. This is my first loss of the tourney. So GG's Weighty.
Thanks. GGC though.
Yeah, I mean, both of your teams have really been doing great throughout the whole tournament. I mean, you split with each other the last week of the regular season, so it was pretty clear you guys are pretty evenly matched. But, yeah, any final thoughts here?
Not really, but thanks for the restream and look forward to Game 4 and possibly Game 5 of the series. So
Yeah, I'll look forward to Game 4, but not Game 5.
fair enough.
Well, Clown Parade does have the ability to choose the mode in Game 4, with Pug Trio getting 1 veto, so it'll be interesting to see what you guys pick for that once you pick your runners. And just as a reminder, do give these runners a follow. I mean, you saw how they raced. Their teams are both still alive for 1 or 2 more games at least. And yeah, they're both, you know, really good runners to follow. And of course, thank you again to our tracker Star14681, who was really on top of the tracking here. Relkin, it was great finally getting to work with you.
Yep, I enjoyed our time together here, co-commentary.
And if you want some more ALTTPR League tonight, there is a race currently underway, an ambrosia race between double dippers and Seal W on the main SpeedGaming channel. So you can head over there after this to check out another side of our playoff bracket.
Yes, and that match is win or you're out of the tournament for double dippers. They need to win to continue to stay alive, or else Seal W will knock them out and move on.
Oh, and just to answer chat, entrance randomizer and enemizer are not allowable modes in choosing the modes in playoffs. Those are kind of the two things we rule out here. But yeah, it's been a great race, and I'll leave the rest to you, Ralph.
Yep, thank you so much. Thank you to our tracker once again. Thank you to you, Drossi, for doing co-coms with me. Thanks to our runners, prdwong and WeityWords, for putting on a good show. And thanks to SpeedGaming for a restream. Thank you so much, all of you, for watching. We will see you guys next race.